Hello everyone, welcome back. Thanks for joining me for your new moon in Capricorn general collective reading for all signs. So of course this will not possibly be for every single person watching, but if it is your story, I'd love to hear from you in the comments. If not, as always, you can feel free to check my channel for other messages you need to hear. And remember, time, energy, and gender are fluid, so reverse roles however they apply. And don't forget to like this video, subscribe to my channel, and tap the notification bell so you can catch future readings. So of course, Happy New Year, one and all. Thank you so much to all of my subscribers. I love you guys, and I really appreciate your love and support of the channel. Thank you to those of you who have been incredibly patient with me as I work through my list of private readings. And I will be dead honest with y'all, I have not even had the chance to work on private readings this last couple of weeks due to the fact of kids being out of school and all the craziness of holiday season. So with kids out of school, y'all, I'm exhausted. I feel like I'm barely making it through the day. But like I said, I will be getting to that list this week once things get back to normal. So again, thanks for your patience. Thanks to everyone who have purchased things from my shop throughout holiday season and supported my small business. I love you guys. And of course, as January is a very hectic month as well, just kind of bouncing back from holiday season, trying to save money on bills and things like that, I will be extending my half price discount on readings. So if you're still in need of one, or if you'd like to spend your holiday gift money on getting a private reading for yourself, I'm going to be doing a special for the calendar year. So if you'd like to do a $22 special to see what the next 12 months has in store for you, I will be posting about that on my Instagram and also on my community tab. So look forward to that. And also, if you're new to the channel altogether, and you find like these general readings are resonating with you, definitely subscribe. We'd love to have you. And of course, I'd love to connect with you on social media, as I love hearing from you guys so much. So all of my links are down below in the description box. Make sure you check that out, and just kind of read through there. I always list all the decks that I use in my readings. I always list all of my links to my website and everything that you'll need to know. So anyways, let's get into it, you guys. So for those of you who are skipping the astrology chat, feel free to check the timestamp down below in the comments. That will take you straight to the reading. And for those of you who are sticking around, this one is going to be short and sweet. So you guys already know the new moon is in Capricorn. New moons are all about manifestations, calling in your desires, and planning for the future. So when you're setting intentions, aka making your New Year's resolutions, I urge you to think about the next 5 years, okay? So the energy of Capricorn and the influence of Venus retrograde in Capricorn, these two aspects together are going to be very powerful right now in reviewing how we handle our finances, how we handle ourselves in relationships and partnerships, and also how we communicate our feelings about these things into the physical world, okay? So time to get serious, guys. Time to get really certain and organized about what it is that we're trying to call in our new world, in our lives, okay? How do you want the next few years of your life to look? Because guess what? When we just rang in the new year a couple of days ago, I bet y'all were all looking back on 2021 and thinking, damn, that flew, right? And when you're in the thick of it, of course, it doesn't seem like it's going by so quickly, right? But when you look back on it, it's like, wow, it's almost just unbelievable and unfathomable how quickly time actually goes by. So keep that in mind. If you're making plans right now, if you're making resolutions right now, if you're setting intentions right now, which you should absolutely be, they need to be long term, okay? Think about the long game and don't play small during this new moon, okay? Having a new moon in Capricorn right as we're ringing in the new year could not have been more perfect. So really take this energy and capitalize on it, okay? Don't be afraid to have high standards. Don't be afraid to hold yourself accountable, and don't be afraid to really take your dreams even further than you've ever could have imagined before. Okay. I think a lot of us play small because we're afraid or we're not sure of our ability to make things happen for ourselves, especially with all of the 3D distractions and difficulties that we go through. But at the end of the day, you're capable of shaping your reality. Okay. You are powerful enough to do so, even if it takes you a long time, even if you have to go little by little, step by step. Okay, so when you are thinking about the future, plan big, okay? Plan big and don't be afraid to hold other people to the standards that you hold yourself, okay? This is a new chance for you guys to have major respect for yourselves this year. If you've been through situations where you feel like you've given too much or you feel like people have taken advantage of you, now is the time to call that energy back, because 2022 is all about you, okay? It's all about you. New year, new moon, new you. Think about your life and where you want to see yourself in 5 years from now. Write it all down, okay? Stick it outside under the new moon, under a clear quartz, or by a windowsill. Do your new moon rituals, take your baths, whatever it is that you do, okay? But make sure that you don't do it in a small way. Now's time for you to put all of your energy, all of your focus, all of your dedication into these plans. And I will say, as I was pre-shuffling, the Two of Pentacles kept popping up. Okay, so I do know a lot of y'all also have been moving past things that are no longer serving you and beginning to form new foundations. So Two of Pentacles is all about changes. We know that it's also about juggling options, and also maybe feeling a little overwhelmed with change. So if you feel that energy coming into January and you feel like you're trying to bounce back, or or just in general, like make it through January, because it's like a whole year in 1 month, and I know some of y'all know what I'm talking about. If you feel like you're lagging a little bit, and you're not the newest you and the best version of yourself that you could possibly be, have some patience with yourself, okay? Give yourself the benefit of the doubt. Have some compassion for yourself, because sometimes changes are very uncomfortable, okay? I read like a statistic or something a few weeks ago talking about how like most people break their New Year's resolutions within the first month of the year. So like I said, don't think small resolutions. Don't play it small. Think long term, and understand that long-term goals take long-term effort, long-term commitment. Okay, so what are you going to commit to this year? That is what the new moon in Capricorn is asking you. So Two of Pentacles was popping out a lot, and then also the Fool popped out a couple of times too. So talking about taking big risks, whether that's in partnerships, relationships, career, or if this is just you expanding your own inner spiritual growth, okay? This is a time for you to, it's like all hands on deck type energy. All your resources, all of your ideas, like this is the big bang, okay? So let's get into it. I'm going to start with the new Manifestation Oracle deck by Moonology, Yasmin Boland. And we're going to see what does Spirit want us to know surrounding this specific energy of the new moon. What do we need to know? What does the collective need to know about this new moon in Capricorn? Okay, so look at that. Last quarter moon in Aquarius. Reflect on your priorities. So I know that the last quarter moon wasn't in Aquarius. It was actually in Sagittarius, but we were talking about that, reflecting once more on your priorities, right? Reflecting on what needs to change, okay? Or maybe even needs to be updated or upgraded. It's time to reflect on how you can be new in the new year. So Aquarian energy is is relevant because obviously we are about to approach Aquarius season as well. So, you know, right after we get through Capricorn season, we move into Aquarius. Aquarius is the energy of the star in the tarot. So this is about making that wish, right? Trusting in the divine to bring you to your highest good, having faith and hope, and knowing that you can be healed and become new. All right. So Spirit is wanting you to focus on what's important to you. Make note of those priorities, because for most of you, these priorities are going to be the very long-term goals that we were just talking about. Okay, so let's see what else we have for the collective. And new moon in Aries. Okay, so as I mentioned before, the astrological new year begins in Aries season. So this new moon energy popping up, it's almost like Spirit's telling you to look ahead, right? Look ahead for the next 2 months and understand that instead of just expecting to be brand new at the at the ball dropping at midnight, the next couple of months are going to be you kind of wrapping things up and really getting focused on those priorities. It's going to be a time where you're going to be urged to go for it, as this card says, and take those risks. Kind of that energy of the Fool we were talking about earlier as well. Taking a risk on the big money, okay? Taking a risk on the big bet, whatever this is for you. Spirit's telling you it's time for you to go for it. And it's time for you to take action, as Aries is the energy of the Emperor as well in the tarot. So I love too how we have these mountains here, talking about the long-term goals and the amount of time that it might take for you to actually achieve said goals. Spirit's telling you, yes, go for it, but be prepared for the mountains ahead, okay? For a lot of you, whatever you're setting your sights on is not going to be just some like walk through the park. This is going to be a straight up hike through the mountains, okay? You're going to be sweating, all right? You're going to be tired. You're going to be fighting and struggling probably, but Spirit's telling you to go for it. Okay, don't let anything stop you. And when that new moon energy popping up as well, it's like a supportive energy saying that it's time. It's a good time for you to manifest and call in that desire, whatever it is. So bottom of the deck, we've got attend to the details, last quarter moon in Virgo. So 2 last quarter moon energies. Again, more of that wrapping up type of a feel. Focusing on the details, focusing on the priorities. This is going to be a preparation phase for you. So I urge you guys in the month of January, based on this new moon starting off the month, I urge you to just come up with a plan this month. All right, write it down, focus your energy on perfecting said plan, and just kind of prepare yourself for this new energy to come in. Like I said, I think a lot of people get disappointed and end up giving up on their resolutions in the first month of the year because they set unrealistic expectations for themselves. Okay, there's a lack of planning, there's a lack of effort, there's a lack of dedication. So Spirit's telling you to focus on the details and come up with a very fine-tuned plan, and just get focused. Okay, get focused and go for it. That is the main theme. So let's get into the tarot, and I'm going to use the Cosmic Tarot because it's one of my faves. And we're just going to ask Spirit what is to come, okay? What is to come for the next couple of weeks as we move through this new moon energy? What does Spirit need us to know? Okay, so the Magician and a huge chunk. So we're going to save this chunk. We're going to talk about the Magician first because this is the first card that came flipped out. So this is more of that energy of taking action, going for it, manifestation of your dreams. The magician has all the tools to make it happen, okay, as do you. The magician represents all of us. Whether or not we realize we have these tools, they are there, okay? Some of us have these tools and they're just lying dormant and we haven't even tapped in to our resources yet. So I think Spirit is telling you now is a time to do just that. Tap into your resources, baby. Be aware of every single power, ability, talent that you have. And when you're making this plan, make note of those things, okay? List your assets. You might be surprised with some of the ways that you can call in this plan just by handling things yourself, by making your own magic out of the situation, okay? So I feel like this chunk right here might be a very specific story for someone, but we're just gonna read it, okay? So we're starting with the High Priestess. Interesting. So in order, the Magician and the High Priestess. So I think a lot of you, when we're talking about getting focused and paying attention to the details, the High Priestess is very in tune to the details of the universe. She also keeps her secrets. So I think Spirit's also telling you while you're manifesting, while you're making note of all of your resources and gaining the willpower to make things happen and to create this new world for yourself, they're telling you to keep it to yourself, okay? Keep your secrets to yourself, because the last thing you want to do is overshare. The last thing you want to do is let people know what you're doing, and then your manifestation ends up changing, okay? Because other people's energy is brought into the mix. So what do they say? Like, plan in private, celebrate in public, right? Like, don't celebrate and don't let everyone know what's going on until you actually have a hold on this said plan, okay? And also I'm hearing there's no need to discuss your plans because you don't need anyone else's opinion, okay? So that was also very specific. So with the Tower coming out, albeit in the reverse, this could also be saying that Spirit is warning you to allow yourself to kind of move gracefully through any Tower moments that might happen for you. Don't be shocked by anything that crumbles as far as foundation is concerned, physically, metaphorically, because anything that crumbles wasn't meant to stand in the first place, okay? What's that song? The house don't fall when the bones are good. If there's a tower crumbling for you, Spirit's telling you that you should already have seen this coming, because if you're going to be making important changes in your life, then certain foundations cannot be left to stand. All right. So if you receive any shocking info, or if certain things are starting to come to light for you that are shaking things up in your environment, Spirit's saying, like, to stay in your High Priestess mode. Okay. You already knew what was up. And that is what I just heard, okay? So the King of Pentacles, Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn. This could be very significant for some of you out there. You could be dealing with a earth sign. But King of Pentacles is Capricorn most of all. We just talked about that. The big spender, daddy energy, someone who is very stable and secure, focused on career and finances. So not only are we being asked to stay in our High Priestess mode, to be careful and to foresee any sort of Tower moments, but Spirit's telling us that it's time for us to stand strong and stable regardless of any of that energy, okay? It's time for us to truly rise and radiate that abundant energy that has been within us the whole time. So Capricorn, once more, very influential in the month of January. Now with the Four of Cups and the Ace of Wands, I think a lot of you, like I mentioned earlier, could still be wrapping up the past in a sense. It's almost like in order for this passionate new beginning to come into fruition, Spirit's saying it's time for you to let go of the things that didn't happen, because every rejection is God's protection. It's redirection. So there's no need to to worry about any missed opportunities, because you cannot miss out on something that's meant for you. So with this cup, okay, the fourth cup that comes in from the clouds, like the silver lining being offered from Spirit, it's like Spirit's telling you, you didn't miss anything, okay? If you feel like you did miss something, Spirit's telling you, no, you didn't, okay? Because the real passion, the real energy, the real spark has yet to come, okay? So Ace of Wands is also a very sexual, sensual energy. So for some of you connecting with an earth sign, this could be Spirit saying, if this is a new person, this could be Spirit saying, like, this person is going to bring the passion and fire back into your life after a period of disappointment and what may have felt like missed opportunities, okay? So Four of Cups in the reverse too, I feel like this is someone saying, like, I'm no longer going to be held back or dissatisfied about the way things went in the past. And I think this is someone recognizing where they didn't miss out. Like I said, they thought they did at one point, but they really didn't. And they know that now, because maybe some of you were waiting on someone in the past to show up or to show you, choose you, pick you, whatever it is. But I think Spirit's lesson the whole time was showing you that you never needed that person, that you were actually your own king, right? You were your own king or queen. You didn't need anyone to come along and save you. Your lesson was to become this energy, okay? Not depend on that energy. So hopefully that's making sense to someone out there. Let's see what else Spirit has to say. What other cards are going to come out here for this general message? So the Princess of Pentacles, aka the Page. So I do kind of feel as if there is an earth sign here in the mix. Again, Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn. This could be someone who really wants to... Hopefully this isn't someone who's wanting to play small, right? Because that's what we were talking about earlier. Don't play small. Don't be coming in with that page energy, okay? We don't want a page. We want a king. So the fact that this card landed in the reverse-ish on top of the Tower and the King, this could be very significant for someone. Maybe this is an energy that you have already dealt with, waiting really long for someone to get their shit together and come forward and make you an offer of stability and commitment that maybe never came, okay? Maybe you were expecting a king, but then a page showed up and you were like, oh, hell no, right? So keep that in mind. If you are manifesting true partnership, if you're manifesting someone who you can be with romantically, while it's nice to take things slow, it's also important to show consistent effort and dedication, okay? So remember, if you're calling in a soulmate, if you're calling in a person, we never accept LDE, okay? If y'all know what I'm talking about, comment below. We don't accept this page energy. We accept BDE, King of Pentacles energy. And that's the exact energy that we're being called to step into. So if this is a mirrored story and you feel like you're stepping up into this king energy, or if you feel like this is about another person, point blank period, we don't want a page. We want a king. We want someone who is going to make it happen. Not just talk about making it happen. Not just tease about making it happen. So if you felt like maybe you put someone on a pedestal before because you were expecting them to show up as a king and they only showed up as a page, I think that's exactly why we're getting this Four of Cups in the reverse, because you're realizing like you didn't really miss out on anything at all. As a matter of fact, I think that whoever this person was in your past, for those of you who have a past person in mind, I don't really feel as if this person was ever supposed to be the one that lit your fire. I think there's someone much better coming along for you. So let's elaborate on that message. Now, for those of you who have been waiting on a king and you turned down their page energy in the past, this could also be your person having a realization and understanding like, they can't approach the High Priestess in that energy, okay? They could have had a rude awakening themselves and recognized where they missed an opportunity with you, forcing them to kind of expand and grow and mature into that King energy. So again, this could be multiple different stories. And we have the King of Cups. So, like I said, a couple different stories coming in. If you felt like you put all your energy and your time, your affection into an earth sign that just didn't show up for you, I think Spirit's telling you that someone who is capable of matching your emotional energy is going to be coming along. Okay? Maybe that's exactly what you've been manifesting. More specifically, this is the energy of Cancer, Pisces, Scorpio. We have the crab right here signifying Cancer. And we know that these water sign energies can sometimes hold back their emotions due to the fear of being hurt. But we're talking about an emotionally intelligent individual, not someone who's just going to be like manipulative or try to gaslight you or control you. This is someone who cares very, very deeply and understands what love truly is. And I think that's what we all want, right? We want someone who's going to understand our needs and who's going to match our energy. Someone who isn't going to scoff at us for being emotional or think of us any less if we're real and authentic and raw with how we feel, okay? So for some of you, this could be you calling in a King of Cups, or again, if this is an existing person in your environment, this could be saying like your person's learning about love and becoming more emotionally intelligent. So whatever your storyline is, let's talk about the outcome here. What is the outcome here? Judgment. So yes, Spirit is tooting that horn, right? Coming back in, maybe resurrecting a situation from the past. This could be Spirit kind of calling you to review once more, like we were talking about, finalizing things, reflecting on the priorities and details of your new plan. This could be you making a final judgment call about someone, okay? So I love how looks like they're swimming through the rocks, but look at him. He's like dusting his shoulder off. So it's more of that energy here. It's like whatever you went through in the past that's causing you to kind of reach this pinnacle of a moment of making a judgment call. I almost feel like in your mind, you're like, this was no sweat off your back. Like this was just dust on your shoulder. It might have meant something to you in the past, but I think you're starting to realize like you are the one capable of making these major decisions in your life. And you need to be responsible and held accountable for said decisions. I think this is you finally going for it in a sense. Okay. If you had to decide between two people, you're going for it. If you've been waiting for someone to come along in your life and you've been hoping to manifest someone new, you're going for that. Okay. Ace of Wands is also that energy of go for it. So let's elaborate. What decisions are going to be made here? Let's clarify on Judgment. Queen of Wands, more of that manifestation energy, similar to the Magician, but a divine feminine energy. Now, this card did pop up in the reverse. So sometimes the energy of the Queen of Wands in the reverse can be very manipulative, or like excessive, extravagant / dramatic. This is like the fire signs in the reverse. So this could also signify like a karmic person, a karmic woman. For some of you, maybe there was a karmic partner in the mix that finally kind of made you say to yourself, you know what, like this ain't it, right? And this is not for everyone, obviously, but if you and your storyline involves a third party where there was a karmic woman in the mix who was manipulative or whatever the case may be, like I said, I think you're detaching from that situation because you're saying to yourself like, well, I didn't miss out on anything, right? So let's elaborate even more. This could also be a warning too, saying don't don't partake in excess, and allow yourself to come to a place of neutrality before making any rash decisions. So we also have the star coming up in the reverse. We talked about the star energy earlier as well. So the star in the reverse is simply saying the wish that you've been wishing for is going to come in divine timing. Whatever it is that you're manifesting, it's going to show up for you when you least expect it. Okay, so I think Spirit's also telling you, if you are setting your intentions right now, remember to detach from the outcome. Okay, don't be unrealistic in thinking that you're just going to manifest it and it's going to show up. Like I said earlier, this is the long-term goals that we need to be focused on right now. Nothing's going to be happening for you in the heat of the moment. Okay, those type of things don't last. So if you're one of the people who set a New Year's resolution and then can't make it through January before breaking it, then this is going to be a great time for you to get very focused. Okay. You may even be getting some reminders of the past, of maybe where you haven't remained dedicated or focused on those goals that you've set for yourself. So again, this could be Spirit reminding you, like, don't make goals that are impulsive, okay? Don't try to manipulate your way through and take any easy routes, because that's not going to get you anywhere. Spirit's telling you, don't try to rush the process, because your wish is going to come through exactly when it's supposed to, okay? Let's see what else Spirit wants us to know. Any other concepts or themes that we need to be aware of in regards to the new moon? Yeah, so more of the earth energy, pentacles, the ace. So this is the golden opportunity, or the seed that's planted. The big bang we were talking about. All the energy, all of the potential, all of the everything that you want to pour into this, pour it in, okay? This is the seed. This is a promise for a prosperous new beginning. This is also a proposal, okay? This could signify a gift, a ring, a proposal, some sort of offer coming through. And that could be exactly what you're trying to manifest. You could be trying to manifest marriage with someone, okay? A real, lasting commitment, something that's tangible. So, like I said, and I love the fact that this is coming up underneath the Four of Cups, and we're saying that this is the golden opportunity. So remember, you yourself are this golden opportunity. You are the physical manifestation of this pentacle or this seed, okay? So when you plant your ideas into the soil, metaphorically, you have to pour your energy into that. Right? We talk about the continued effort and dedication. You don't just plant the seed and walk away like, all right, see you later, Cletus, right? No, you water the seed. You make sure that the seed is getting plenty of sunlight and nutrients and all the things that little baby seeds need to grow. You don't just abandon the seed. You don't just toss the seed into the wind and hope that it comes, into fruition, right? This isn't like tossing a coin into a fountain and making a wish. This is you planting the seed metaphorically for your future. So, how are you going to plant that seed, right? Are you going to do it carefully, methodically, or are you going to do it carelessly? Let's see what else we need to know. And the Four of Swords. So we mentioned earlier that feeling of maybe lagging through January. Spirit's also telling you that now's a time to surrender, rest, relax, rejuvenate. Don't worry about what's to come so much. Just focus on what it is that you want to see. Understand that you are responsible for putting in the effort, but also detaching from the final outcome, like we mentioned. So Spirit's telling you to relax, okay? Make your plans and get organized, yes, but don't stress yourself out about it. This could also be significant for someone who is very focused on getting over a heartbreak. So again, any of those previous storylines that I was tapping into earlier, whatever yours is, Spirit could be urging you, like, you need to heal before you can fully plant that seed for a new beginning, okay? So if some of you are still healing, like I said, show yourself some compassion in January, even February, all right? Don't be too hard on yourselves, all right? Take it easy, okay? So let's see what else we have here from this deck, and then we're going to move on to the Moon Oracle. So the Ace of Cups comes out in the reverse. Interesting. So once more, talking about healing, right? If there was a situation where the cup was in the reverse, it was an offer that wasn't made, a romance that never came into fruition. If you have felt all poured out, okay, if you felt like you haven't had any energy to even fill your own cup, now particularly is the time for you to rest and rejuvenate in January. Take it way easy. As a matter of fact, the only thing you should focus on is, like I said, writing out that plan and focusing on those details and priorities, okay? Because the Ace of Cups represents your cup, and your cup should always be full before you start exerting extra energy in other directions. So January could also be a time where Spirit is telling you to pour into yourself, okay? Love yourself. Don't give any attention to situations where people are showing up on your doorstep with an empty cup expecting things from you, okay? It's time to distance yourself from people like that and preserve your own energy, okay? So let's see. Oh gosh, of course the Princess of Swords makes an appearance at the bottom of the deck. So for some of you, you could have a stalker, okay? You could have someone watching you, keeping an eye on your social media, maybe wanting to talk, but maybe not really being able to come forward. And you know what? Spirit just said that's exactly what it is. So if that's exactly what it is that you're trying to heal from, that energy right there, do not be afraid to hit that block button, y'all, okay? If you know that there's someone watching you that you feel to yourself like, I need to move past this person, move past this energy. If someone used you and just sucked up all of your love and didn't give anything back, like, it's time for you to cut those individuals off, okay? Oh gosh, almost had another huge chunk. Anything else from this deck? All right, landing on the Judgment energy over here. Justice. So truth and justice for all, right? No matter what happens, the scales are always balanced, all right? Always. So no matter what we're talking about here, justice coming in is telling me that no matter your situation, everything is going to be made right. Everything is going to be balanced eventually. So maybe this is something you've been struggling to do, is to stay balanced, okay? Maybe there is some justice that you've been fighting for. Maybe there's been an injustice that's been done to you, which could have caused these feelings right here, all right? Maybe making it feel like it's impossible for you to manifest or to make this wish come true. But Spirit is saying justice is going to be served. This could be a divorce, a separation, or a settlement, and also a resolution of legal matters. So again, that could be a specific message for someone. Also the energy of Libra, so you could be dealing with a Libra. And look at that, we've got the Emperor coming in with the Five of Pentacles. And honestly, I don't know which was reverse and which was upright. I don't remember how I picked it up. So we're just going to talk about the meanings in general. So Five of Pentacles is the feeling left out in the cold energy, right? Can I get a zoom in over here? Five of Pentacles, being abandoned, financially struggling, just struggling in general, okay? A lack mentality. This is someone who has like lost everything. This could also be someone who has gone through, like I said, a divorce or something like that, where they lost a lot of assets and they're just struggling right now. Or again, this could be someone who has felt left out in the cold. Maybe someone didn't choose them. And the Emperor next to it here is just simply telling me, like, things are about to change, okay? Whoever this is about to take action in their life and gain control over a situation that was previously unfortunate. So whether this is you or another person, the Emperor coming out with this Aries energy is very significant. Spirit's telling you that no matter what's going on in your circumstances right now, you're never truly at a complete loss, okay? Even though these individuals are cold and walking through this dark alley, they're still moving, okay? They're still moving, they're still building. And maybe for some of you, whoever this is, needed to go through this type of energy in order to recognize their true power in the world. This is divine masculine energy as well. So again, lots of different storylines popping through. Just kind of wanted to see what Spirit wanted us to know. So again, comment below if you feel as if any of these storylines resonated with you. Bottom of the deck, we have Temperance. So more of this star in reverse. It's like, be patient because your time will come. Okay, the sun is going to come out at some point for you. You just have to trust in divine timing. You have to know that your spirit guides, your angels, the universe, they've all got your back. Okay, they've all got your back, and things are being divinely orchestrated to line up for your highest good. Okay, so whatever that highest good is, whatever it is that your goals are, you're being divinely supported and guided. So let's talk about challenging energy. What could be some challenges that pop up in the month of January, or I should say over the next couple of weeks, as we build up to the next full moon, which I believe is in Cancer. So what is the challenge here for the collective? Choice. So similar to the Two of Pentacles energy that I said popped out earlier, there are going to be lots of choices that need to be made right now, which could kind of put you in that reflective energy. So making a choice because there are changes up ahead, and for some of you, if you're like me, sometimes it's difficult to make a choice, especially if you're indecisive or like if there's two very good choices. So let's see what else. Someone's going to be struggling to make a choice. And you know what? Now that I'm looking at this spread again, some of you may actually have a choice between a King of Pentacles and a King of Cups, okay? We also have the Bouquet. And this card reminds me of the Lovers, actually. And I'm going to read that meaning from the book. Let's just get another card as well. What other energy do we need to see? What challenges are up ahead? So we have Lilith, which is your like dark side, basically. Passion, competitiveness, and recharge. Interesting. So I'm going to pull out the book. Let's read the Bouquet. So the Bouquet is the Libra energy. So we're just talking about being indecisive, having a choice to make. And I said, if you're anything like me, and I am a Libra, so that's kind of ironic. So the key phrase here for this card is an illicit love affair or relationship. So it doesn't necessarily have to be an illicit love affair, but this could simply be about a relationship or a partnership. So harmonious Libra is the sign of relationships, and Venus united with the sudden and often shocking planet Uranus denotes the occurrence of an unexpected or illicit love affair or relationship. So also keep in mind too, talking about Venusian energy, and we have Venus in retrograde right now. So this is without a doubt a love card, whether you expect to draw one or not. Pause. So for some of y'all, this could be very specific. But with Venus and Mercury being in retrograde, this could be someone from your past coming back around, okay? Maybe someone that you did have sort of a love affair with, or a fling, or a brief encounter with. And since all of this retrograde energy is happening right now, don't be surprised if this person pops back up on the scene and puts you in a situation where you do need to make a choice, okay? Again, not for everyone, but if you draw this card, you or someone else of relevance to the matter in question is experiencing a sudden, overwhelming feeling of love. This card can express itself as a surprising but ultimately long-lasting relationship, or a brief liaison or regretted love affair. It denotes a situation in which you are shaken out of an emotional groove as unexpected excitement and even passion is aroused by meeting someone new. So for some of you, This could be simply saying that there is a new person coming into your life, right? Someone that you've called in, a soulmate, hopefully, preferably. And spirit might be telling you, like, you might have to make a choice about whether or not to proceed with said person. And especially with Capricorn energy being so heavy, Capricorn is also a very critical and particular type of an energy. And so keep in mind, with all of this chance to review how you do relationships and partnerships and things like that, remember not to make any choices during Venus retrograde in regards to love without really seriously thinking them through, okay? Going back to this Queen of Wands energy in the reverse, don't make any impulsive decisions when it comes to love, because you definitely don't want to get yourself in a sticky situation, okay? So let's talk about Lilith. My Lilith is in Leo. If anyone knows their Liliths, definitely comment below. And it's really windy right now, and my little Christmas decoration is being blown all over the place outside on my door, and it keeps like scaring me because it kind of sounds like someone's scraping at the door. So anyways, Lilith is take control, Black Goddess Scorpio. So the card meaning here is the Black Goddess Lilith is selected. You must take firm steps to survive courageously against all odds. Events and people may be currently creating an evil image about you, but this must be ignored. You will need to be prepared to go to the utmost of passionate action to achieve the desired end. You can sit back no longer. Change is inevitable, and that which is no longer useful must be rejected. Everything must be Everything must be reassessed to determine its worth. Lilith is the first of the Black Goddesses, and in her death and rebirth role seeks to clear away the accumulated rubbish of life to make room for the birth of the new. The cleansing nature of water in the passionate sign of Scorpio is to seek a challenge worthy of your power. If the goddess card Lilith is selected, then November will be an auspicious month with regard to the question. So very interesting, talking about how November is going to be significant. Meanwhile, November is literally 11 months away. Okay, so again, long-term goals. This card talking about cleansing and clearing the path to prepare for the birth of something new. We were just talking about January and potentially February being a great time to do just that, to take it easy, to allow yourself the time and space and healing and compassion to actually get serious about your plans for the future, okay? Don't be just picking a New Year's resolution off of a fucking, like, out of a magazine or some shit. Like, this is long-term thoughtfulness, growth, expansion, okay? So also this card talked about passion, right? And we have this Ace of Wands. So I think too, Spirit's simply saying it might be challenging right now because you might want to thrust forward passionately. Because like I said, deep down, you might already know which direction you want to go in. But with the reviewing of the retrogrades, like I mentioned earlier, again, we don't want to rush into anything or just burn something up passionately and then have nothing left when January is over, okay? Again, we're thinking about a long-lasting, long-term dedication. So then finally, we've got competitiveness and recharge. So definitely being called to rest and relax. Four of Swords is a card of recharging and competitiveness. Like, I think Spirit's also saying, like, don't let anyone else's opinions or energy or aggression or argumentativeness or any sort of stank-ass energy come in between you and what it is that you know you're passionate about, okay? So this kind of reminds me of that Five of Wands energy. If you've got a lot of individuals kind of inserting their 2 cents when it comes to the goals and plans that you have, that is your sign to shut the up, okay? I'm not going to say it, but that's your sign to shut up. Okay. If you feel like you're talking to someone about your plans for the future and you're not getting a positive response, or you're getting a little bit of a pushback, or, just energy from people that are acting like you can't achieve said goals, it's time to shut up. Okay. Don't be telling people your business anymore. Don't be sharing your goals with anyone unless you know beyond a shadow of a doubt that that person can be trusted. And anyone who can be trusted is going to be supportive of your goals. And let's say you come to somebody that you trust with some crazy ass, unrealistic ass goal. If this person is truly your friend or your supporter, they're definitely not going to shoot you down or be negative. What they're going to do is they're going to offer their help and their own suggestions to help you get to where you need to go. Okay. So find those supportive individuals in your life and never let those bitches go. Okay. Because you definitely don't want to surround yourself with anyone this year that's going to put you back in a place of confusion. Okay. Or conflict. All right. So let's get a couple of cards from the Moon Magic deck before we end the reading and see what Spirit's advice is moving forward. Oops. I felt a couple fall down on my feet. Okay, so first of all we have, I am curious about my true nature. I seek to understand myself. So a huge part of the spiritual journey is just that, looking within, understanding your own self, okay? How can you expect to understand others if you don't understand yourself? How can you expect to love others if you don't love yourself? It's the same thing. Failure is only learning. I move with confidence and resilience. So if you have failed in any way, shape, or form in the year 2021, or if you feel like you've fallen short in any way, just understand that this is all a part of the learning and the lessons for you, okay? Sometimes we need to go through hard times in order to come out on top. We also have, I seek balance and grounding. Yes, that justice energy coming in. Balancing the scales. Time to get grounded in your future plans. Life is, I love this. Life is conspiring for me. And that's exactly the energy of temperance, okay? Smack, smack, temperance right in the face. But it's all for a reason, right? Everything is being divinely orchestrated for your highest good. And finally, I invite peace within myself. I ripple this outwards. So once more, as within, so without. If you're at peace within, your external environment will reflect that peace. Okay, if you are in conflict with yourself, then your external environment will have nothing but more of that conflict for you to deal with. Okay, that's when the obstacles and the circumstances start popping up. The mountains start growing taller and taller like a bad dream, okay? So radiate that peace from within. Get focused. Get organized. Prioritize. And think about where you want to be in the next 5 years, okay? Think long term and think big. So anyways, you guys, hopefully this reading resonated with you, even if it was only parts of the reading. Other than that, I hope you guys enjoy this new moon energy. I hope you guys are taking it easy, like I said. And I look forward to uploading some more content for you guys here once the week is over. Like I said, I'm going to be working on private readings this week and nothing else until I'm done with said readings. So if you're waiting on me, again, thank you so much for your patience. Anyways, you guys, I love you so much, and I will talk to you again soon. Bye.